Hey guys, Bug Out Beck here. So I wanted to first off thank everybody that did actually come out to was able to come out to the National Preppers and Survivalist Expo in February. I had a great time. I met a lot of interesting people, a lot of cool people. I met a lot of people who made some awesome survival products and whatnot. So for those of you who were able to come out and listen to me talk, listen to my speech, and listen to me ramble, I appreciate that. Today I'm smoking El Centurion by My Father Cigars. I've actually had this one quite a few times and very enjoyable smoke. Now, at the National Prepper and Survivalist Expo, the speech that I kind of did, it was called Beyond the Bunker. And I kind of wanted to, it was such a message that meant a lot to me that I kind of wanted to go ahead and put up a video for it. I tried recording at the show, but it was just so loud you really couldn't hear majority of the speech. So I wanted to kind of just give you kind of some cliff notes on it, because again, it's a message that I just feel so powerful. So what does it mean beyond the bunker? What I want us to do is kind of get beyond this me kind of mentality when it comes to surviving or prepping, because in the long run that's not going to be what keeps us surviving, right? So let me kind of start with some background, just kind of a quick little story. My father and I have never had a really close relationship. It was one of those kind of, the father-son relationships where we kind of, butt heads, whatever. He left my mother when I was a young age, all that good stuff, right? Didn't really want anything to do with me until I was much older, until I was, an adult, closer to 18. And then over time, we kind of started to patch up our relationship a little bit, and I get a phone call one day, and he tells me that he's got cancer. And it was one of those situations where it's like you just never expect that's going to happen to you, right? So I didn't really know how to react. Of course, I was upset and everything, but over time, his health, of course, started to decline more and more. And during his sickness, he did try to kind of make amends with both myself and my sister. He tried being a better person, better father, and everything. Health continued to decline, and one day I'm talking to him on the phone, and he's emotional, and I'm pretty much never heard my dad be emotional. So it was different for me, and he's, pretty much crying. But then he tells me, he says, "You know what, son?" He goes, I can't die yet. He goes, "There's something I haven't done yet. I don't know what that is, but I can tell that it's not my time. I'm not ready to go yet." This past Christmas, he actually left the cancer center treatment that he was getting treatment at, came down, spent Christmas with myself, my sister, his two nephews that he had never seen before. And my dad was loving and fun and energetic, and it didn't even really seem like he was that sick. It was great. It was, it was the best I'd seen him in a long time. About a week later, I get a phone call that he passed. And, it was hard for me. It was one of those things that I didn't really expect that to be so soon, right? But that's kind of what I was thinking of, was that when he told me I haven't done something yet. And then he was right. He hadn't shown true compassion, true human compassion for his loved ones and for the people that he cares about and the people that keep him going. And it was kind of like, once he did that, then he was at peace. It was ready for him to go. So what does this sob story have to do with prepping and surviving, right? If you think about it, technically has everything to do with surviving. Because when I want us to think about survival, again, I want us to get out of this me mentality. Now, don't get me wrong. If shit hits the fan, something's going down, you want to take care of number one first, right? I completely agree with that. But you have to think about this. Sometimes, number one isn't just you. It's the people who keep you going. Because in reality, that's surviving, right? Now, again, when I talk about this whole beyond the bunker thing, certain people, if you got the money and you got the funds and you got the location, whatever, to make a safe house, make an underground bunker, whatever, then awesome. I go ahead and do that. That's cool. But you're only going to be in the bunker for so long, right? At least I would hope so. Because in reality, if you're going to spend X amount of time in that bunker, that's not surviving. That's lasting. What survival is what we do after the fact. How we rebuild. So I want us to think about that when it comes to all the stuff that we're doing to say that we're going to be preppers, that we're survivalist or whatever, right? I want us to think of obviously making sure, again, you're taking care of you, your family, your loved ones. You guys probably saw a video where I've talked to you about having an emergency bag for your friends and family who maybe just aren't going to build one for themselves. So we need to take care of ourselves, we need to take care of our loved ones, we need to take care of our little furry friends, right? But what are we doing, or what have we thought about to do when after the shit hits the fan, everything's settled, and the dust is settled, everything's clear, and now it's time to rebuild? When we were cavemen, and we lived in our little caves, right? That was our bunker. Our little cave was where we and our family just stayed, and we tried to stay away from danger. Humans didn't evolve in a cave. We evolved and progressed as we ventured out of the cave. We met our neighbors, right? We learned who could do what skills and make our community better, make our life better. In fact, there was some Neanderthals, like Eurasian Neanderthals, that pretty much went extinct because they never came up with a form of communication. So that's what I'm saying, is that communication is key, community is key, that's survival, that's progress, that's how we're gonna, if some kind of shit hit the fan, whether it's natural disaster, whether it's man-made, whatever, we're not gonna progress by keeping to ourselves. We're not gonna rebuild by keeping to ourselves, you know? When we were cavemen and we went and ventured out, that's how we invented the handshake, was that we approached our neighbor and we shook their hand saying, I don't have a weapon, I'm here in peace, let's talk. I want us to get back in that mentality. Again, while the disaster's happening, obviously take care of yourself, take care of your family, stay in a safe house, stay wherever you need to, bug in, bug out, whatever. But I want us to not think long term is going to be, I just have to look out for myself and watch my six constantly. Because we need to think of progress. I hear way more people when I talk about, survival plans or whatever. I hear way more people say that they're ready to just fuck shit up, more than I hear people say that they're ready to rebuild. I hear more people say, I'm willing to, put my life on the line to defend my family and take somebody down, way more than I hear somebody say, I want to go and help the injured and sick. That's what we're gonna need as far as survival. Because when I think survival, I don't think of just the disaster, I think of how we're gonna progress, how we're gonna move forward after the disaster. So again, that's what I want us to think about when we're thinking of surviving, we're thinking of prepping. Let's not think about just this small spectrum. Because if you want to survive and you want to be around for a long period of time, your spectrum shouldn't be this big. It should be this big. So as always, be prepared.